Alex Karp.
Alex Karp.
Alex Karp.
Alex Karp.
It's Alex Karp.
Alex Karp.
He's been called the most dangerous man in Silicon Valley.
We're doing it. We're doing it. And I'm sure you're enjoying this as much as I am.
His company is the most controversial in the world. If data is the new oil, then Palantir is the biggest mining company. It signs contracts worth tens of billions, and it has a market cap more than BlackRock and Uber combined. That makes it one of the 50 most valuable companies in the world. Alex Karp is the king of it all. He gained $6.8 billion in 2025 alone. He owns 20 homes dotted all around the world, and he has bodyguards protecting him 24/7. But he's also a walking contradiction. He started his career as an academic. He even calls himself a socialist. So how did he become the leader of a tech company, creating the most sophisticated surveillance networks on the planet? Everything he once opposed. Welcome to Malignant Design. Today, we dive into the wild story of Palantir's founder, Alex Karp, and what makes him so dangerous. Before there was a billionaire, before the bodyguards and the houses, before the surveillance contracts and the government kill lists, there was a kid who couldn't read properly and struggled to fit in. Alexander Cademan Karp was born in 1967 in New York. His father was a Jewish clinical pediatrician and his mother was an African-American artist. Politics was a big part of his childhood. His parents were regulars at civil rights and labor protests. Alex learned that power was meant to be challenged and that progress took sacrifice. At school, Alex struggled with conventional learning. He was dyslexic. Reading and writing was difficult, but what he was good at was thinking about ideas, analyzing systems and structures that most people simply couldn't even see. This was his secret superpower. At school, he wasn't interested in tech or big business. Instead, he channeled all of his energy into philosophy, taking after his radical parents. After graduating with a Bachelor of Arts from Haverford College in 1989, Karp enrolled in Stanford Law School, but he hated every minute of it. The one positive was meeting a classmate named Peter. On paper, the two couldn't have been more different. Peter was a libertarian capitalist. He believed individual rights were the most important thing to protect, and he wanted free markets to rule the world. Alex disagreed. He was skeptical of the system. To him, free markets were alienating people from the world around them. It was time for a revolution. Despite their differences, Alex and Peter became close, and their arguments were destined to go far beyond college. These two would go on to shape geopolitics, digital surveillance, and civil liberties around the world. His friend was Peter Thiel, but after law school, Alex refused to go into tech. He followed his ideals, making another radical decision to move to Germany. He landed at Goethe University Frankfurt, where he did a PhD. This was a university famous for its left-wing intellectuals known as the Frankfurt School. Alex studied under Jürgen Habermas, the most famous of them all. He became fluent in German, and he regularly traveled to Berlin to go clubbing, soaking up the city's counterculture. Alex was right at home. He was a Marxist, which meant that he believed a powerful upper class controlled the means of production and kept ordinary people submissive. Berlin and other progressive cities in Europe were brimming with Marxists. But for Alex, there was something else. He wasn't just interested in ideology, he was interested in systems. Just like when he was at school, he wanted to understand the way institutions saw, processed, and acted on information, the hidden architecture of how power actually works. After completing his PhD, he returned to the US, worked briefly in finance, and founded a London-based investment firm called Kedman Group. There, he managed money for wealthy European clients, and he stayed in touch with his college friend, Peter Thiel, who was becoming a staple of Silicon Valley. Peter Thiel was fresh off selling PayPal to eBay, and he had his eyes on building something far more ambitious than a hedge fund. It was 2001, the Twin Towers had just fallen, and in the chaos of that aftermath, a question was taking shape, one that would change Alex Karp's life and arguably the world. What if you could build software that could see everything? The answer was about to change Alex Karp's life forever. In 2003, Peter Thiel founded a company with 2 Stanford computer science grads and a PayPal engineer. They named it after the all-seeing stones in Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, Palantir Technologies. Initially, the organization was bankrolled by Peter, but they soon realized they needed more investment. Palantir's early pitches were a catastrophe. Venture capitalists laughed them out of rooms. One potential investor was so uninterested they spent the entire presentation drawing on their notepad. Another told them their idea was a guaranteed failure. The concept, software built specifically for intelligence agencies, was toxic in Silicon Valley. Google had been created with a simple slogan for its employees: "Don't be evil." So, how was Palantir going to crack open the market, and who would its clients be? This is where Alex Karp came in. At this point, Alex's investment firm was having success managing rich people's money, but it wasn't satisfying Alex's intellectual curiosity. Peter knew that, and he convinced Alex to come back to Silicon Valley and join him on the Palantir project. With Karp on board, they started to have luck with investments. Then, the next problem, getting clients. Nobody wanted to back a company whose entire pitch was helping governments spy on people. Nobody, that is, except the government. In-Q-Tel, which is the CIA's venture capital arm, gave Palantir $2 million in early funding. Peter Thiel chose Alex Karp to lead the new company, but Alex didn't have the technical expertise. He had been an academic and briefly worked in finance. So, what made him qualified? Alex had a more powerful skill, a natural ability to read people, to walk into a room and perform mind tricks on clients to secure their contracts, to tell them a story about the revolutionary system they were building. By 2009, Alex's magic had worked. Palantir landed contracts with the US Army, the NSA, and the FBI. By 2014, the company had crossed $1 billion in annual revenue and hit a $15 billion valuation. But this was only the beginning. The next year, its valuation jumped to $20 billion. Investors were no longer laughing them out of meetings. Palantir was taking over and attracting more attention than ever before. Now the company was ready to step out of the dark. In 2020, it went public. Surveillance is big business. Palantir's revenue grew 29% in 2024 to $2.87 billion, then surged 56% in 2025 to $4.48 billion. Its market cap peaked at $475 billion. But many people had questions. The Economist has called Palantir the most overvalued firm of all time because it had a market value over 600 times its earnings. So what does Palantir actually do, and what made it so valuable? At its core, it builds software that integrates and analyzes enormous, messy, and disconnected datasets, streamlining organizations and making them more efficient. Its flagship products are Gotham, built for defense and intelligence; Foundry, used commercially across industries from aerospace to pharmaceuticals; and Apollo, which deploys those tools in high-security environments. Companies like Ferrari, Airbus, Merck, and BP all use Palantir. Palantir helps organizations with huge amounts of data and helps spot patterns that can save time and money. Airbus, for example, has said that it has increased its speed of producing its A350 aircraft by 33% thanks to Palantir's insights. But its bread and butter is government agencies. The biggest clients of Palantir's are law enforcement and intelligence agencies. These agencies have collected troves of data on their citizens: health records, parking fines, internet histories, and employment details. They are tied together to create a digital picture of every citizen. Palantir has described its work as basically plumbing, but this plumbing is the infrastructure for a dark world of surveillance, and it has spread this infrastructure all around the world. In the United States, ICE is one of Palantir's biggest contractors. Between 2011 and 2025, ICE awarded the company contracts worth a combined $287 million. So, what are Palantir's grand plans? Alex Karp's book, The Technological Republic, lays out his ideology. He sees Palantir's mission as much more than making money. He argues that Silicon Valley needs to work more closely with the US military. According to him, Palantir is saving Western civilization and returning Silicon Valley to its original mission, protecting America. But is this the real ethos of the company, or a man who made billions and is creating a philosophy to justify it? But as Palantir's power was growing, so were questions about what and who that power was actually being used against, and who the man at the center of it all really was. Palantir built the investigative case management system for ICE. It gives every agent access to a vast network of government and private databases. This has helped organize workplace raids, deportations, and family separations. In Iran, Palantir's Maven system has helped to select targets for missiles, including one that exploded into a school, taking out 120 children. And in Gaza, Palantir reportedly intercepts communications, satellite and IT data, plus other digital sources, all to compile targeting databases for the IDF. These are effectively kill lists. Israel also reportedly relied on Palantir in its September 2024 attacks in Lebanon, which exploded electronic devices in public, hitting both military and civilian targets. Palantir is helping to target people speaking out about Palestine, gathering personal information for the American government. This helps to catch and revoke visas of people who are critical of Israel. These contracts have made Palantir a huge target, both in the media and from potential customers. Storebrand, Norway's largest asset manager, divested its entire $24 million Palantir stake, saying that the company's work for Israel could put it at risk of violating international humanitarian law. In the UK, 40,000 National Health Service patients complained to their local hospitals about the use of Palantir AI in NHS systems. And in July last year, nearly 100 activists from Jewish Voice for Peace filled the lobby of Palantir's Seattle office, blocking elevators and carrying banners protesting the company. Even Palantir's own employees have begun to question the ethics of these systems. Meanwhile, Alex Karp is openly proud about Palantir's involvement in Palestine. And despite some backlash online, the company appears to be going from strength to strength. And with it, Alex Karp is being catapulted into the global elite. In 2020, he became the highest paid CEO of any publicly traded company in America, with compensation worth $1.1 billion. By 2024, he did it again, this time pocketing $6.8 billion in a single year. The same year, The Economist named him CEO of the Year. Time put him on its 100 most influential people list. His lifestyle has adapted too, flying in private jets, buying a $46 million property in Miami as a billionaire bunker. He even bought a monastery. The future ahead may be dark for citizens, but for Palantir, it's bright. As AI technologies advance further, Alex Karp and Palantir are using them to make their products and customers more successful. That means becoming more and more invasive. For a man who is notoriously private himself, Alex Karp has been responsible for reducing the privacy of millions, if not billions, around the world. 24 years ago, Alex Karp submitted a PhD about how aggression is hidden in everyday conversations through jargon and helps a society keep functioning. Today, he has built one of the most powerful institutional tools of surveillance in human history. And when everything is being monitored, there is nowhere left for aggression to hide. Does that make him a hypocrite or a pragmatist, a visionary or a villain? A defender of civilization, or its most sophisticated predator? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. And if you made it this far, make sure you subscribe for more in-depth documentaries. Or click here to learn about Shane Copeland, the wonder kid behind Polymarket, and how he built a dark alliance to save his company, but might be destroying the entire economy in the process.